There's always somebody better than the last one. So you're telling me I fucked with the fucking person who didn't know how to fuck, and that was my 33rd body or something like that, and then the next person I fucked, they was the champion. You're saying that it wasn't better? I'm confused. I lost the whole question, but you can definitely level up, no matter how many body counts you have.
Yo, Andrew Tate triggers this insecure feminist with the harsh truth that a higher body count actually equals worse results, as Andrew Tate drops this truth bomb on these modern women during this whatever podcast, and this feminist can't stand the idea that she needs to protect her insides and that hypergamy actually wrecks women. Let's get in.
So attractive about younger women.
Oh my God.
A lot of these dudes talk about fertility and looks and stuff. I don't actually think it's that. I think that in the modern world, in the days of old, right, you'd meet a woman, you get married, you be together, whatever. In the modern world, if I meet a girl who's 33 and single, I know the amount of that's been through her before me is just simply unattractive. I don't care how nice you are, but you're 33 years old. How many men have fun? If I got a 19-year-old girl, I might be her second or third man, right? I'm going to be dude number 29, and all the trauma and heartbreak and shit they put you through, you're gonna try and bring to my door? Like, well, my last man cheated. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. Like, why is that my problem? So if you pick up older women, you have to accept they've been on the carousel longer. They've had more fucking rides, more spins. I don't want that. When I see a beautiful young woman, I know that she has a very low body count, and also but the truth is this: women's mentality is absolutely connected to sex. If a woman sleeps with a bunch of men, it's harder to penetrate her mind and make her fall in love with you. It is unattractive too. And it's unattractive. It is. But if she's had 30 dudes inside of her, she really gonna think, you know what, this guy's so special, or she's gonna think, you know what, he talked to me rude, I'll just go get a new guy. Whereas if a woman's only been with a few guys, she's much more likely to fall in love with you, be a better partner. So the likelihood of her falling completely in love with you and staying loyal to you and really believing you're the only man for her after being through so much trauma and so many men and sleeping with so many dudes and having her heart broken and having those memories of her ex and all that crap she's been through is far less likely than meeting a nice, young, beautiful girl who hasn't been with many men and she goes, you know what, this is the guy, I like him. Every woman who knows this and every man who watches this can be honest. Women fall in love with the person they lose their virginity to or their second or third guy. They really remember them. They really love them. Any woman who slept with 50 dudes, she doesn't even remember who most of them are. She doesn't care. If a woman slept with a bunch of men before you, she's less likely to stick it out through a difficult period in a relationship. She's more likely to just say, you know what, new answer is new dick. That's a pretty good answer. And that's the truth. Let me make something clear. If I meet a beautiful 30-year-old woman, I'm not saying I won't sleep with her. That's pretty old.
Yeah, 30.
I know.
What are you, crazy?
There's been times I was drunk.
Okay, your guys' reaction to that video. Kiana, go ahead.
I mean, I agree with him, like some of it, but like, I mean, it happens. But it happens. Like sometimes, I mean, people's body counts are higher though.
What shit happens?
Like, I mean, yeah, I agree with the fact that like she is gonna be more fucked up in the head the more miles of, if I want to put it, she has in her. So it's, I mean, coming from, me, it's not that high, but I mean, have had a lot of trauma just from having 3 boyfriends that broke my heart, you know? So, and even that, it's really hard. So, I mean, it's hard to trust people again. So, I mean, I think it can go either way. With having a high body count and being up to being a young girl, not having that much experience, I think you can be fucked up either way. Mm-hmm. And if you have a high body count, that does not make you more fucked up, and that's not going to make you more going to want to go cheat or want to go be with another person immediately. Because I know people that have had huge body counts. Whatever. I'm going to stop talking.
Well, the thing is, though, if you do have a high body count, it kind of does mean those things.
Wow. So does that apply to a man?
To a degree.
Because there are men that have high body counts, like in the hundreds.
Yes.
So
the inability to be able to pair bond after you've had so many sexual partners does diminish. For both men and women, it's stronger in women. If you've slept with 100 people, is number 101 going to be really special?
Maybe.
If you've had 30 relationships, I don't even know how you'd do that. I mean, I'd assume they'd have to be fairly short term. Number 31 ain't gonna be.
What if it is?
Come on.
I'm so confused. There's always somebody better than the last one. So you're telling me I f***ed with the fucking person who didn't know how to fuck, and that was my 33rd body or something like that, and then the next person I fucked, they was the champion. You're saying that it wasn't better? I'm confused. I lost the whole question. But what, you can definitely level up.
Well,
no matter how many body counts you have.
Yo, first of all, Andrew Tate is absolutely correct. And this has been proven by every stat, every poll that you can find anywhere. The more bodies a woman has, the harder and more likely it is to have a long-lasting relationship, and more likely that is that she's going to leave. I mean, the divorce rates just plummet after, the marriage rates plummet after just like 1 or 2 bodies. Right? I mean, and in the inverse, after 1 or 2 bodies, the divorce rate explodes. And that's why it's women at 80% now, just dropping off. Like, I'll find another guy. And this is the danger of hypergamy that these women just simply do not understand, is that eventually you won't be able to find a better guy. Eventually, no, you have a limited amount of time. This isn't an endless race that you can just keep going and there's always going to be another one. No, this is a window, a gap, a hole that you're trying to run to and trying to score as big a win in that time frame, in that gap, as you possibly can, because that's your catch. That really is your catch. There will not always be a better guy. There's actually kind of like a story about this. It's like a shopping mall, 7 floors. Every floor, a woman keeps going up and being told there's something better. And then finally they get to the top and there's no more men. And they've just ran through and they're left over. They're just going to be leftover women, alone, better, all by themselves. And this is why women's sexuality needs to be dominated by men. Because if they do this and they continue to do this, they ultimately will destroy themselves, because they won't be able to last in a relationship. They won't be able to hold on to a marriage, and they will end up alone. And if they teach more women to think like this, they repeat the same thing. And these are all going to be alone women in the end, losing their effing mind, screaming and being insane Karens all over society. Like, just wait. But there's going to be a whole lot of these people. But hit that like button and notification bell if you're enjoying the video. And if you want to help support the channel, check out the membership page for more. And let's get back in.
Well, here's another reason why the divorce rate is so high and why most divorces are initiated by women. You can sleep with that really exciting guy, that really attractive guy. He will never commit to you. So when you look for marriage and commitment, you're going to look for the safe, reliable guy.
I don't know.
That
is why marriage don't work. Because you are looking for an average dick, and I don't think that'll.
Well, if you're average for long-term commitment, you're gonna have to.
You're gonna take that exception, or you're gonna fucking.
If you're average,
you really
you
want.
should partner with someone who's average, because, I mean, maybe you can luck out and get someone who's really above you, but
that's not fun either.
Well, I mean.
Okay. I'm just
but look, in your youth, you sleep with the bad boy, the exciting guy, the guy who's really good in bed, the guy who's really attractive, but then he's never going to commit to you. When it comes time to start a family and settle down, you're going to have to
choose the square.
Well, here's the thing, like, that guy was the guy that you're probably going to end up marrying is actually probably your looks equivalent and your what would otherwise be an equal match. But because you were able to secure sexual access from men that would never commit to you, but that would sleep with you because they want easy access to sex, you have...
You always be like, oh my God.
You're going to compare your husband to the guy who could fuck you better, who was more attractive, and who has all these other characteristics that your husband isn't. That is one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why the divorce rate is so high.
And but isn't he going to do the same thing? And that's why it should just be
men. We don't really fuck up. It's hard.
Hold on.
Men don't fuck up.
What are you saying right now? Actually,
yo,
I can't even get it together.
Men, we're not able to. Fuck up.
Men don't fuck up. Okay,
well,
God.
But for example, I kind of already said this. I know. Sorry, we're just the conversation's just the great questions from you. I will try to wrap this up fairly soon. When it comes to status, a 19-year-old college chick can get with Drake. There's no 19-year-old college dudes that can get with Rihanna or some, it's not happening. So as a woman, as you become higher status, as you become more successful, your pool of partners starts to shrink. The more money you make, your pool shrinks. As a man, as you gain status, as you gain money, sorry guys, I got some Altoids, that's why I sound weird. Your pool widens. So we can't really fuck up.
I just don't like that statement. There's so many other words you can use. Y'all niggas f every day. Weren't we, what is it, born sinners or something like that? You can't tell me that you don't f up. You're lying. You're lying.
But let me, okay,
I'm not going for it.
Well, let me bring it back to the conversation that we were having earlier.
It's our fault for letting you in. So basically the women fucked up for letting a nigga.
Well, I'm not sure if I recall necessarily saying that, but we were talking about the percentage of men that you guys find attractive.
Uh-huh.
Right. You only find a small percentage of men attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How does that mean you don't fuck up? Where's the correlation?
I think
No,
he's saying you fuck up. Like,
oh,
Yeah,
you
fuck up.
okay. I was like,
Hot
they don't
up the
fuck
ladder.
up. I was like, how do you not make
'Cause
mistakes? I'm
men
so
be fucking up all the
confused.
time.
No,
I was so confused. I was like, what?
no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not talking
Yeah,
about
you
making
couldn't fuck up.
mistakes.
You could never do no better
I mean,
than the one that
sleeping-
really chose you.
I mean, sleeping up.
Yeah.
Like we usually, it's there are some circumstances where it happens. Maybe you get lucky. Maybe you're bringing something else to the table in substantial quality to maybe make up for your looks, charisma, confidence, personality, status, money, whatever it may be. But those are typically outlier scenarios. Like generally speaking, we're not able to secure sexual access from women who are more attractive than we are easily. Whereas it's fairly easy, like any of you can hop on Tinder.
Okay. I agree with you.
And
Yeah. You can't fuck up.
it's possible, but it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
But
That's a good pat on the back if you do.
I suppose. But when it comes to, and that's what's going, I don't even know how we got there. We're talking about Tate. We were trying to react to Tate's video. The point is that that's what's going on with one of the reasons why I think the divorce rate is so high is here. The more men that you sleep with, the greater likelihood that one of those men that you've slept with in your past is a top G, like Andrew Tate, or maybe not like Andrew Tate,
You
but
just called Andrew Tate a top G.
he's the top. Well, he is the top G.
Okay.
That's his nickname. That's his nickname. But there's this concept, and I mean it's called the alpha. I don't like the alpha beta, and I don't like that terminology, but alpha widow. So once you've gotten with a guy of a certain caliber, it could be for a one-night stand or for a relationship. If you've slept with someone who's either so incredibly good in bed or so physically attractive or has a certain amount of status or is meeting some sort of metric, it's going to be very difficult for you to get with a guy who doesn't meet his level. In the same way, like to maybe put it more down to earth, once you've hooked up with a guy who has a car and who has his own place, hooking up with a guy who lives in a dorm room doesn't seem as appealing. Does that?
Yeah.
Like,
I think Brian did a good job of breaking down basically the consequences of hypergamy and how this absolutely backfires on women. Like, there's not always going to be a better guy just after you got that alpha dick, and had that great sexual experience. Like, you can keep trying, and then you just end up ruining yourself because you're always thinking in the past and you're not living with the man that you're with in the present. And that's the baggage that guys don't want to deal with. The guy who's better at me than this, the guy who's better at me than this, all the other guys that I may not level up to that now you're going to compare me to. And now I'm competing with a guy who's not even here. He could be dead and I'm still competing with a dead guy, right? That's the stuff that men don't want to deal with. But folks, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about what Andrew Tate had to say dropping this truth bomb and this triggered feminist and what she had to say to it. Thanks again, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.